I'm just a guy down here in Alabama, USA, and I appreciate the freedoms that I still enjoy as an American. My thoughts right now and my prayers are with a man by the name of Gonzalo Lira. I don't know if you know who Gonzalo Lira is. Here it's about 5:30 in the morning, watching the sun come up out on my deck. Gonzalo Lira is he's a man who wears many hats. He's born in Chile. He's an American citizen, filmmaker, and he's been living for a few years now in Ukraine, in the town called Kharkov. And I never really wanted to go into issues like this on my channel. I wanted to keep it centered on the RV and then the carnivore diet and things like that. But sometimes situations just call for more than that. I don't know if you're familiar with Gonzalo Lira, but I'm going to post his latest videos down below so you can see what may be the last videos he ever made. I don't know. I hope not. Gonzalo Lira was or is a man who was living in Ukraine, and he was critical of the war, particularly from the side of Ukraine. The fact of the matter is, in America, we are swimming in lies. We are lied to by our government, and we are lied to by the American media, which is in bed with our government. That's just a fact. And it runs across both parties. But right now, we have an administration that's just made up of nothing but liars. And it's as simple as that. And what we're being told about this war in Ukraine, which, of course, is actually none of our business, and we should not be involved whatsoever. It is a Russia-Ukraine conflict, not an American conflict. It is interesting to me that we have our pathetic leadership in America has more interest in guarding the Ukrainian border than the American border. I mean, that doesn't make sense on any planet. Anyway, what we're being told about this war between Russia and Ukraine is a complete lie. I have a default position in my life when it comes to the American government, folks. And that position is, I believe everything they tell us to be a lie. Everything. I trust nothing this American government says, particularly with this vegetable in charge that can't string two sentences together or put one foot in front of the other. I don't believe anything they say. So if they tell me that Russia is bad and Ukraine is good, then I believe the opposite. And as a matter of fact, I know the opposite. I haven't stated this before, but I am an Orthodox Christian, and I belong to the Russian Archdiocese. I have a good deal of, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I know why this conflict between Russia and Ukraine happened. And it is not at all what we're being told. If you consider the fact that America went to Germany ostensibly to battle the Nazis, that is exactly what Russia has done. They've gone to battle Nazi-like people in Ukraine. This conflict goes back for hundreds of years, and it's not likely that most Americans are going to understand it anyway. But Ukraine actually provoked this attack, and it's as simple as that. In their evil government, their evil American-backed government. How do you know the Ukrainian government is corrupt? Because the American government backs them. It's as simple as that. I mean, there's precedent for this over and over and over again. Could it be that Joe Biden is hiding something in Ukraine? Is that possible at all? Why would we send billions and billions and billions of dollars repeatedly to Ukraine? Why is that? Is there something going on here? Why is Hunter Biden profiting from this whole thing? Is there something in Ukraine that they don't want us to know about. Back to Gonzalo. Gonzalo was living in Kharkov, and he would come on YouTube, if not every day, quite often, and he would give his views of the war from his perspective. And he was pro-Russia. He was not, in America we're told to be Russia is bad. Well, Russia is not bad. We're just drilled into that our whole lives. Russia is evil. Well, what's Russia ever done to us? Russia is not evil. Russia has issues, I don't deny that, but they are not fundamentally evil. Neither are they a threat to us. And the issues, again, that they're having with Ukraine should be settled between them. We should have nothing to do with it. But Gonzalo would get on his channel and he would give his views of the war. And he was not kind to Ukraine. Now remember, Ukraine is supposedly this burgeoning democracy in Europe. And, they're going to be like everybody else in the EU, and it's going to be a great place to live, and they're battling great Satan in Russia and all this nonsense. Well, Gonzalo got arrested about 9 weeks ago by representatives of the Ukrainian government. And he was detained by the SBU without charges. The SBU is basically what the KGB in Russia and the old Soviet Union used to be. By the way, Russia is not the Soviet Union. And he was detained without charges and held in prison for 9 weeks, where he was beaten, interrogated, tortured, extorted, and we didn't hear from him for 9 weeks. Excuse me. When he finally stood before a judge, he was charged with crimes he didn't commit. And basically he was told by the prosecutors, and he was told by his own defenders, that he's going to be convicted. And he had a court date yesterday, August the 2nd. Or I'm sorry, today is August the 2nd, I believe it's Wednesday. I believe today is August the 2nd. I can't check my phone. And even his defender told him, you will be found guilty, and they're going to sentence him to 5 to 8 years at hard labor. Gonzalo is 55 years old, and he has a heart condition. And, he would say he wouldn't make it at hard labor in Ukraine. Now, this is this democracy in Ukraine. All that Gonzalo was doing was going on YouTube, posting videos, and just giving his view of the war, which was not kind to Ukraine. And for that, this democracy where you should be able to say whatever you want. This is a free speech issue. Now they want to send him to prison for what's probably the rest of his life. So Gonzalo, a few days ago, got out. They let him out, and they said, you have to be back for your court date, which is, I'm almost positive it's today, Wednesday, August the 2nd, I believe. So what Gonzalo did, after realizing that he had no hope, he was going to go to prison because he'd be convicted, he got on his motorcycle. By the way, they confiscated all of his personal equipment. They confiscated his computers, his cell phone. They confiscated his money. The democracy of Ukraine. When they let him go, they said, you have to be back for your court date on Wednesday, and they don't play around. They're going to have his trial, and then they're going to sentence him if he's found guilty, which he almost certainly would be. But they gave him back a computer and his cell phone, and they let him go a few days ago. So Gonzalo decided the best course for him was to try to flee the country, although they told him, don't go anywhere. Don't leave Ukraine. Don't leave Kharkov. Don't leave your apartment. But he got on his motorcycle and he decided to flee to the Hungarian border, which is what he did. And when he was there, he said he was about 5 kilometers from the border. Yesterday was posted 3 videos to his channel, which I'm going to post down below. And his plan was to ride his motorcycle to the border and ask for political asylum. He is, in the videos, you can tell he's nervous, he's scared, he's agitated, and I remind you, he's an American citizen with a passport. But the State Department in America hates him about as much as the Ukrainian government does, the Zelensky government. So they've been no help to him whatsoever. So he's trying to go to Hungary, where he's going to ask for political asylum. And in his last kind of eerie video that he posted that I watched last night before I went to bed, he just said, I don't know if they'll give it to me or not. If they don't, he said, it's back to Kharkov and I'll be sentenced basically to death. This is an American citizen, folks. I feel like I can't sit here and say nothing. Now I'm just one little man in Alabama with a little piddling starter YouTube channel, and I don't know if more than 2 or 3 people will watch this, but I don't really give a damn. This is important that the American people know what's going on with Gonzalo, an American citizen. He's Chilean born, but he's an American citizen. And he's going to be left to rot in Ukraine because his country won't do a damn thing for him. And it's a damn shame. This government, this American government, is so corrupt that it just boggles the mind. And most Americans just go about their day not caring. But I care. I care. Yeah, I'm one of those tinfoil hat wearers who does believe there was a lot of shenanigans in the last election. I'm not that crazy about Donald Trump. I'd much rather have, a real conservative Ron Paul type, to be honest with you, in office, but I just don't see that happening. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And what's happened to Gonzalo is wrong. And it's sad and it's tragic and it's outrageous. I hope you'll take time to watch his videos. I'm going to post them down below, his last 3 videos. And he said in his last video, if you don't hear from me again, you know that I was denied asylum and that I've been sent back to Ukraine. So I'm praying we hear from him again. And I'm praying that you'll pray for him. Even though he's an atheist, I still pray for him. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you take a chance to watch these videos. And I'm sorry for having to go dark on this channel, but this is just something I couldn't ignore. He said, if you don't hear from me, please raise a ruckus. So this is my ruckus raven. Have a great day.